What's going on, guys? My name's Paige, and for those of you who don't know me, I'm the founder and the creator of Alfred. So over the next 7 days, I'm gonna dive into some really detailed trainings for you so you know exactly how to get the most out of Alfred, and so that you can start spending less time online every single week while still making more sales with your online business. So first things first, to open Alfred, just click on the puzzle piece. Go down to Toolkit. If you want to pin him up to your tools, click on this little pin extension. So open up Alfred. And before we even start going over any of the tools, something that I really want to hit home that I briefly touched on in the installation video is how to back up Alfred so you don't lose your data. This has happened to me a few times and it's extremely frustrating losing everything that you've created, so we always want to make sure we back him up. To do this, just go down to Settings, then go down to Backup and Restore. So before a new version comes out, it will basically tell you, it won't just automatically update. It will have like a little yellow box up here and it will say you're using an old version, click here to update. And before you click on the update link, download a backup and save it to your desktop. This way you will never lose any of your data that you've been building up inside the software. So the first tool that I really want to cover is the lead generation tools. So we have our lead CRM, our tags management, and also our bulk message panel. The first place we're really going to want to start is the lead CRM. And I want us to pay specific attention to our profile switcher first. So this is where you're going to be able to basically create different buckets full of different kinds of people. So these profiles are where you can house all sorts of different leads. Some that I like to use are for group members, for an active friends, and then also for people in my sales process. So the best way to show you exactly what this does and what this is simply by going over to my sales process. There it is. So all these people are in the sales process profile, right? But within that profile, they all have different tags. So this is a good way to keep a bunch of different people that have different tags within the same bracket. So I like having a sales process profile because it allows me to move people between the levels of the sales process in a really quick and effective way. And this also ensures that I never lose track of anybody. So right down here we have James, and he's in the first stage of the sales process, outreach. I just sent him an outreach message and I'm just waiting for him to get back to me. But if we go up here to Andres, we actually already have had a couple back and forths. We're still kind of in that building rapport stage, and hopefully we're going to transition into a more business related conversation shortly. But this is a good place to keep track of everyone who you're currently having those sales conversations with. So first thing to do, go to the profile switcher and create some profiles for the kind of people you want to target. So as an example, you could also put in people here. Let's say you work with realtors. So you can put all the people that you know are a realtor inside the realtor bracket and then have the same kind of tags like the rapport, the outreach, the heaven or hell, and objections, things like that. And this can work with a bunch of different markets. Let's say you're a coach, a fitness coach, and you're trying to help people lose weight. You can have a weight loss profile inside here as well. Literally anything you want. So now that we know how to create our profiles, we have to create our tags as well. These are all the tags that I currently have created. I don't think most of these are applicable to everyone. These are kind of my own little things, my own little systems I've developed. But 5 I would suggest that you use are these ones down here in the bottom 2 rows. The outreach, rapport, heaven or hell, the vague offer, and objections. And these are really nice just to slide people throughout your sales process and always know exactly where they are. And then every single day when I first jump online, the first hour that I spend working is dedicated towards working with those people who are in those final stages, the ones that are closest towards actually making that buying decision. So, for example, we have objections, right? Let's say I want to go and find all the people that I'm currently dealing with in the objection stage. So we're in the sales process tab, and now I can go down. So this is the profile, this is the tags. So now I go down to the tags and I click on objections. So now these are the people within the sales process profile that I'm currently in the objection stage with. These are two people that are extremely close to making that buying decision. So they are worth a significant more amount of my focus than someone who I've only sent an outreach message to, for example. So by organizing your leads and focusing on the ones who are closest to making that buying decision, you're going to save a lot of time and you're going to make way more money online every single month. Do not let these people slip through the cracks. And that's really what the lead CRM is all about. Now that you've kind of seen the rationale behind why you create profiles and why you create tags and what it looks like inside of the Alfred dashboard, I want to show you how the lead gen button appears on someone's profile. So we're just over in my Facebook profile right here, and we'll use me as an example. So on everyone's profile, we're going to have this lead gen button pop up. All you have to do is click on it and allow you to input a bunch of different information about the person. You can learn through a conversation, or maybe you find it somewhere on their profile. The more information you have about someone, the better. And then what's really noteworthy and important is we have a lead strength bar too. So let's say you really hit it off with someone, it was a great conversation, and you think you might be able to get them to buy from you. You can give them a lead strength of 5. So it's a good way to kind of remember how that conversation was going. And then also from here, this is how we assign tags. So let's say I had a great conversation with myself and I just presented the vague offer. So I'll click on vague offer, and then I'll go into sales process, and it will save me within the sales process profile with the vague offer assigned. Right here is a really useful area to basically write in any information about that person you might have learned. So for example, I promote the Super Affiliate Accelerator program. So let's put that in there. Promotes SAA. That's something that's really helpful to know, especially when it comes to dealing with objections in the future. And then let's say during the conversation with myself, of course, I came to find out that I'm really interested in working with this person, but I just have to wait till I get paid at the end of the month. So I can type in waiting to get paid at the end of the month, follow up. So this is really good to remember because we don't want to forget to follow up with that person, and that's where the automatic follow-up comes in. So this is one of my favorite features inside of the entire Alfred software, is that Alfred can actually follow up with your leads for you completely on autopilot. You don't have to do anything except tell him when to follow up and what to say. So to do this, literally just click on message to lead right here. Then click on when you want that message to go out. It will pop up a little calendar. So it said that I want to follow up in a month, right? So it's November 10th. Let's go to December 10th. And let's say that we follow up at, I don't know, 2:51 p.m. Then all we have to do is click in the message we want to send. And if you notice, we have these little curvy brackets right here. It will actually import that person's name as well. If you choose to do it that way, since we're actually just on someone's profile, I would just type in their name, but you can do whatever you want. So, hey Paige, just following up to see if you still wanted to work together. So that's not the best example of a follow-up message, but just a quick little example. And always make sure you scroll down and hit save as well at the end to make sure that all those changes you made are actually saved. Now that we covered the lead CRM and some of the ways that you can use it, there's so many more options. Get creative with this. I want to cover the bulk message panel. So what does this do? This basically will bulk message any of your friends based on the tag that they have. So these are all the tags I have created, and currently my favorite use of the bulk message panel is actually converting inactive friends to active friends. So I'm sure you've experienced this if you've spent a couple months or a year plus working on Facebook organic. A lot of people just never end up being active, and when you don't have a list that is a high percentage of active friends, it destroys your engagement. So how do we go about converting inactive people to active people? All we really have to do is send them a message. So what I'll do is I'll create an inactive tag, and I'll go and figure out who all my inactive friends are, and then I will assign them this tag. And something that I like to do is basically just go through, and this isn't the most recent message I used, but for the inactive friends, I'll say, hey name, looks like we've been friends for a while, but I noticed we've never actually engaged or interacted with one another. So I figured I would just shoot you or send you a friendly hello message. Hi, my name's Paige, as you already know. I live down in Asheville, North Carolina with my girlfriend and our 2 dogs, Nala and Riley. Would love to get to know a little bit more about you as well. How's your week going so far? And after you type that message in here, once again, curly brackets will insert their name automatically. Then all you have to do is click on Create Queue, and it will pull all those people with that inactive tag in, and it will send them that message. Something that is important to notice too is that it will stagger these messages about 8 minutes apart for every single person. And the reason for this is if you do not stagger your messages, you will get banned from Facebook. This is a safety precaution, and I can assure you that this does work. I've never experienced a ban with these current parameters. So sit back and let Alfred send out messages to all your inactive friends for you, and this way you can convert those inactive friends to actives instead of just removing them, because let's be honest, it takes a long time to find highly targeted friends. So why go through that process if you're just going to automatically remove them without actually sending them a message? So yeah, that is the first couple tools of Alfred, the lead CRM, tags management, and the bulk message panel. So I want you guys to go inside of the group by clicking the link below this video and go in and share some of the messages you're using in your bulk message panel. Share some of the creative tags or some of the creative profiles you've come up with. I want this to be a place where we can all go for some inspiration on how we can do things a little bit differently and how we can really utilize the Alfred software to really grow our business more and more. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to check your email tomorrow for some more trainings on the next tool. The next one will be the auto outreach tool.